So, as promised, Libby and I made a quick video in order to do the half part of the presentation that some of you missed on Zen Live because we had internet connection issues. And as I told you, the issues were general, which means it was the réseau collectif that was having issues. So, all the people around here that were in a school had issues. The ones that were home were good. So, it was right after the break. So the first thing I presented, c'est le document présenté à l'ACPI. ACPI, c'est l'Association canadienne des professeurs d'immersion. Et quand je suis allée à la conférence, c'était à Montréal, je dois vous avouer que j'ai été déçue de la conférence, sauf qu'il y avait un atelier qui était très bon et il était présenté par Renée Bourgoin, qui est une chercheuse, et c'était très intéressant. C'est pour soutenir les élèves en lecture, et c'est notre compétence la plus faible qu'on a dans notre commission scolaire, et est allée vraiment nous donner des outils pour soutenir ces élèves-là. Donc, votre travail ici, c'est que nous, on est allé travailler plus spécifiquement au niveau du vocabulaire. Donc, quand le vocabulaire est un problème. Et ce qu'elle a fait qui est bien, c'est que elle a vraiment ciblé, il y a 3 colonnes. Il y a le développement ici de l'oral qui est inadéquat ou le manque de connaissances antérieures au vocabulaire limité ou le manque de connaissances ou de mots des mots du contenu, manque de langage figuratif. Donc, dépendamment où votre élève a un problème, on peut aller voir tout de suite après les stratégies et les activités qu'on peut utiliser. Et il y a aussi plusieurs références à des choses en anglais qui sont juste ici parce que, par exemple, text talk, that's something we use in English. Map semantic, that's like a brainstorming. So they did do a lot of reference to the English. The job of the participants here was to identify 3 things that they would like to try out in class with their students. Donc, vous deviez lire cette page-là et ensuite identifier 3 choses que vous aimeriez essayer avec vos élèves. Et dans la rétroaction, le Google Form qu'on vous a demandé de répondre à des questions, on vous demandait c'était quoi les 3 stratégies choisies.
We just want to say something quickly about leveled reading. The GB Plus and DRA will give you your independent reading levels for the students, and that it's important for them to choose books during their independent reading time, the books that are within their independent reading level. And of course, read aloud can be at their instructional level or higher when you're giving them support. And I like to give the example of why it's important for the students to work at their independent level is the same in if they were working with a division problem like the traditional algorithm, and there's a lot of math facts that you need to know before you can go ahead with the procedure of actually solving the division. And it's the same for reading. If they're coming across multiple words that they don't know how to read, it's really impeding, and where they're trying to make meaning, if they're just spending all their time trying to decode, then they're really losing the meaning of the reading.
All vocabulary words can be classified into 3 tiers. Tier 1 is your basic everyday vocabulary, kitchen table words. You're sitting around the kitchen table having a conversation. With these words, you can have a basic conversation. This is where our English language learners arrive at school, and they usually don't have the basic everyday Tier 1 vocabulary words. Tier 2 vocabulary words are high-frequency academic words, such as explain, justify, complex, and you'll hear more about that when I talk about Mary Lee Springer's 55 words. These would also include vocabulary words that can be used in multiple contexts. And finally, your Tier 3 words, which are very subject-specific, such as mitosis, isotope, that you would usually only use in specific academic courses.
Mary Lee Sprenger is a researcher from the United States that has done a lot of research into the brain and learning and memory. And in 2013, she published a book, 55 Words That Make or Break Student Understanding. Now, although she looked mostly at achievement tests and critical vocabulary that was found in the Common Core in the United States, these would be very solid tier 2 words that should be that our students should know. And our suggestion is that French and the English teacher would choose some of the words that they would definitely cover, that they would definitely emphasize during the year, and it can be in French and in English both. You can find the complete list of 55 words in our shared folder under handouts. And this idea is taken from Lynn Senecal's Soundprints program. It's a word sorter activity, and it's now also available as a signature in French. So if the French and English teacher are both working on the same theme, during your read aloud, before you read the book to the students, you could pick out 2 or 3 words that you're going to emphasize, tier 2 words that could be used in multiple contexts. So when you come to the chosen word during your read aloud, you propose to the students the word. Does it answer the question, what is this? Or what is it like? Or what does it do? Or how does it do this? And you place the word in the appropriate section of the word sorter. And then you would refer back to those words at different times during the week or weeks that you're working on that theme. If you do not have one of these wall size charts in your school in English, just let me know and I can send one to you in the next few weeks.
Une bonne technique aussi est d'utiliser les mêmes organisateurs graphiques. Donc, celui que vous avez en français juste ici s'appelle Forge-mots. Et ce que ça nous permet de faire, c'est vraiment de trier nos mots thématiques. On met notre sujet dans le milieu et ensuite, on va sortir les mots avec les élèves. Plusieurs personnes connaissent cette chose-là parce que ça fait partie de signatures. Donc, ça nous permet aussi d'identifier la classe des mots et ça nous permet de faire de la grammaire en même temps. Donc, par exemple, quand on identifie qu'est-ce que c'est qu'on va chercher des noms. Donc, tout ce qu'on va énumérer ici va être des noms. Comment est-ce? On va aller chercher des adjectifs. Ensuite, qu'est-ce que ça fait? On va aller chercher des verbes. Et finalement, de quelle façon on va aller chercher des adverbes. Donc, c'est très facile de classer nos choses et de faire de la grammaire en même temps.
I think most schools have a good selection of these books. They're part of Lynn Senecal's Soundprints program. They would make excellent nonfiction read-alouds. Even if you don't have the exact same book in English and in French. For example, if you're working on a theme such as whales, you could choose Baby Whales Drink Milk and find a very similar text in French, and then choose compatible vocabulary words in each of the books as your tier 2 vocabulary words.
Here's the copies of the handouts that we received in the fall for books that would be sometimes are the same or very similar in English and in French, and they would be excellent read-alouds to mind for those tier 2 vocabulary words in French and in English both.
Here are 2 good resources for vocabulary strategies. Mary Lee Sprenger's 101 Strategies to Make Academic Vocabulary Stick was just published in 2017, and she actually, for some of the 101 strategies, she's actually indicated which ones are especially suitable for English language learners. And of course, Jennifer Saravelo, the Reading Strategies book, has a section on vocabulary strategies that you can teach your students?
So finally, we came back on our learning intentions. So we want by the end of the workshop, if you were able to have a better understanding of how students acquire and transfer vocabulary from one language to the other, and have a bank of strategies to enhance and transfer vocabulary instruction. And the way we were checking this is by the end of this workshop, we hope you will understand the difficulties, the unique and transfer opportunities in vocabulary learning. And also, you have acquired at least 3 strategies to use in the classroom. So finally, the Google form and the next steps. So an email was sent with those details. So you had the link here for the release time because we need to report to the board office when people are released. So we need to know the number of time you took to like during the day of the workshop in order to submit that to the board. By clicking on that link, you'll be able to tell us. Then there's a link for the Google form. So this is an evaluation of the follow-up session that we just did. And finally, our next session will be on April 6th. More details are to come for that, but we do have a link with a form that you need to fill out for MESS people. So they need your feedback in order to prepare for the workshop. Donc, très important de bien remplir ces choses-là. Le temps que vous avez été libéré, qui est le premier lien. La Google Forms, c'est vraiment pour nous donner votre évaluation de la session d'aujourd'hui. Et finalement, le lien vers la prochaine session va être le 6 avril. Donc, on vous demande de bien vouloir remplir le sondage parce que les gens du ministère ont besoin de planifier leurs choses selon vos besoins. So thank you very much to everybody. Have a great day.